Hello, welcome to another video. My name is Orlando. If you're new here, I like lifting heavy things, like these rocks, but bigger and heavier and made of steel or whatever barbells are made of. I like running around on trails. But I do live in a city most of the time. Right now I'm visiting my parents in the south of France, and in this video I want to talk to you about adapting your training when you're out of your normal environment, whether you're on vacation or just visiting family, or just out of your normal routine. How do you adapt your training? What to look out for, what I'm doing in terms of nutrition, and allowing myself mental flexibility and flexibility in my training to enjoy all the time with my family and still meet my training goals and get back on the horse, get back on the routine as soon as I get back to my normal environment. All of that and more. Welcome. This is week 3, so I didn't weigh myself in yet, but I was at like 87 yesterday, I think. This is what we're working with. I made this protein cookie dough because I was talking about it with my sister yesterday, and it looks really good. It's not much volume though. It kind of shrunk as I added liquid to it. I was like, oh, okay. But hey, I'll try it. It looks really sweet. I combined like a few different recipes. I also made my mom breakfast, who is off screen. No, I'm not gonna show her. She's off screen. I made her a yogurt bowl with like raspberries and like a brown rice cake, ground up rice cake, a ground up ground cake. And she likes it. So I made her breakfast, and I was kind of like, I kind of wish I was having that for breakfast, but I was already committed to making my like sweet protein concoction. So I'll have it. It looks good. We'll do it. This is very good. Wait, my limbs don't work in the morning, but this is good. This paste is really not bad. The gym I was at has a crazy view. It's not the same as our basement gym that we go to in Paris. I love the basement gym in Paris, but this one has a crazy view. It's really, really nice. Man, and it just smells like nature and like plants and things. I feel like I'm touching grass. The sun came out. That workout felt really tough. Oh my God. Like, I felt so weak. I don't know, I think the cuts adding up. I might have been like really under-carbed actually, because I only had 30 grams of carbs. And then I walked to the gym, and then 2 hours had gone since I had breakfast. And I forgot to pack like a bar or a banana. That was my original plan, to like have it right before I started lifting. But I didn't, and then like, oh my God. The first set of like incline dumbbell press, ridiculous. It felt so heavy. I pushed as intensely as I could like for the whole workout, but it felt a lot harder. Could be like the fatigue from the travel too, but that was tough. Got a bit better, I guess, later on. Like the lat pull downs were kind of okay. Not really though. I don't know. I think the cut is just cutting, but I was like just trying to go for that intensity. I kept it at 2 sets pretty much for most exercises. And I was resting quite a bit, but it felt good. It felt effective. I got rained on like no other on my way there. Traveling is physically stressful and tiring. So that day, between that and being in the caloric deficit, I felt the cut a bit more. You're in this big caloric deficit, even if it's for a short amount of time, your body's under stress. So any other external stressors, you're gonna feel them a bit more. I'm doing it right now because the timing is such that I actually have a 5 to 6 week block where I can basically zero in on this. But it's not like it's exam season. It's not like I have a super busy period at work right now or something like that. I wouldn't want to be in this brain fog intense caloric deficit if I was dealing with anything like that. In terms of workouts, lifting and running right now, so I've been going to the gym 4 times a week, so upper, lower, upper twice, lower twice. 2 times 2 is 4. Yeah, off the dome. So now I'm going to the gym twice a week for the next 2 weeks, and I'll be running like 3 to 4 times a week. I'm usually running 4 times a week, averaging about 40 kilometers. So I'm adapting my running as well. It's a lot of trails out here, so it's awesome. I get to do trail running out here. I got to do trail running out here. I don't know, I sounded like Irish. It's nice out today. I was gonna do a loop and I decided to do an out and back instead because I want to run up the side of this one like mountain hill thing. So we're gonna try that out. I feel a lot better than when I headed out. I didn't sleep very well. But now I feel pretty okay. I'm like halfway through. Whoop, I don't want to eat shit here. I just stopped real quick. That's the hill I want to run up. So I'm gonna go down, and then back up there. Yo, this is rough. So I'm shifting my focus from mileage to time spent on feet. I'm still sort of trying to hit 40 kilometers a week, but in terms of outings themselves, like I did an hour-long trail run yesterday, and instead of being like a 10K, like easy pace, it was like 8 kilometers with all the hills and everything. What is it, like all the elevation? So it's still, I'm still very much maintaining. Also, the hills feel brutal because Paris doesn't really have hills that much. I just wanted to show off my lunch because it looks very aesthetically pleasing. It's a dashi soup with a sardine on top. I had another sardine, I already ate it. And it has furikake as well. I put mushrooms, cabbage, and pumpkin in it. And yeah, it's very colorful, very pretty. It's super good. I'm very low energy right now, as you can tell, so I should eat this. The big thing with adapting your workouts when you're traveling is work with what you got. So work with what you got. At this gym, it's pretty small. There's kind of everything I need, though. I mean, it's bigger than a hotel gym. Like, it's not a hotel gym where there's like barely any dumbbells or things like that. So adapting is like pretty straightforward. They even had attachments that I really like for the lat pull down and like the rowing machine, like just like those rowing attachments, like where you can do kind of like a hook grip on them. But sometimes maybe you won't have like all the dumbbells you want, or there won't be many plates or things like that, and that's when you can play around with like tempo or adding another set or adding extra reps. Use supersets to your advantage. You could use instead of using like antagonist supersets, you would do supersets of opposing muscle groups. You could do like a superset with 2 exercises for the same muscle group. If there's really like not enough weights, you can do more of a circuit workout. If it's something where you're traveling and you just have to adapt for like a week or a few weeks and it's about maintaining, totally fine, as long as you're pushing yourself intensely. It boils down to just planning and organization. As with normal training and normal nutrition, you just have to adapt it to whatever context you're in. My hand gets tired even though I do a bunch of lateral raises. It still gets tired holding my little phone up. I've fallen back on the meal plan I made myself. That's why it's useful to have one of those, because if you're in a different environment where you have control over your food, like say you're staying at an Airbnb or at your parents' house or at a friend's house or something on vacation, or just on a trip or something, anyway, you have an actual framework to fall back on. That's not to say I don't modify it. I don't eat exactly the same thing day in, day out. I might for a few days in a row and everything, but it just helps to have that framework to fall back on when other factors are changing. The challenge for me was the day of traveling, because it didn't turn out to be that much of a challenge. I just planned out some like easy to carry meals for the train, because I ended up doing like these little tortilla wraps with just a bunch of like deli meat in them, and I had like some vegetables as snacks. It wasn't that much higher calorie than what I would normally have. It was lower volume though, so I was a little bit hungrier like a bit earlier on, but nothing too crazy. It just turned into like this very high protein picnic basically. So I used like my calorie tracking app. I used MacroFactor to just plan that ahead before I got onto the train, and then I just made everything like the morning of. I just had it laid out for myself like for noon and for a snack, because I'm being quite stringent with the cut. Like honestly, I just went to the grocery store the day I got here and I did a bit of a haul, and I had told my parents ahead of time like I'm gonna be pretty like very specific with what I'm eating. Like I'll make my own meals and everything, so they already knew. And like it's been really cool honestly, because I've been talking to them more about nutrition, and we're like discussing like what their health goals are like long term and everything. So like I'm gonna make them like some kind of like meal plan guidance kind of things. So that's been cool. It's been like a fun opportunity to share like my experience with them. Legs felt way better than upper body. Crazy what actually carbing up will do. I had like 70 grams of carbs total. So I had breakfast, and then since the gym is kind of a walk, it's like a 30-minute walk. It's a nice walk, but it's kind of far. So I brought a banana and I carved up like another 20 grams right before starting, and it felt as good as it can on this caloric deficit. Made a big difference though. Oh my god, yeah, last time I was at like 25 carb. I got really excited about trying this protein cookie dough recipe, and I ate it in the morning, and I got to the gym. I realized I barely had any carbs since like the lunch the day before, and I felt it. Today was quite good though. I dropped the weight a bit on the leg press because it's a different machine and the ergonomics are kind of weird. It kind of like pushes you up even if you're really like driving yourself down by holding onto the handles. So I dropped the weight just by like 30 kilograms. Is that like 70 pounds? Still felt pretty good, yeah. Just showing you this haunted ass trailer. I'm gonna leave. Okay, I'm calling this Nacho-Lee. It kind of looks like a mess of crap, but it's nachos made with broccoli. And I made it with chicken yesterday. I'm making it with beef today. It looks really fucking good, and my entire family agrees. He agrees? She agrees. Yo, check-in end of week 3. I just weighed in at 85.2. It's also, yeah, it's interesting because I heard that during a cut you could weigh in at like higher weights and then just like drop weight like the next day because of water retention and everything. And I did weigh in at like 88 the past couple of days. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, it's working. I mean, I've been sticking to the caloric deficit and everything. Yeah, so I took an impromptu rest day after not taking one for like 6 or 7 days straight, and I think it was much needed because I just ran the uphill that I run on when I take this one trail loop here, and it felt a lot better than it did any of the other times. Still a little out of breath talking right now, but that was a lot better. There's a person coming on the trail and I'm talking to myself, so I want to wrap this up before I head back and keep running that way. That's how I've been adapting my training and my nutrition at my parents'. I hope it was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Do you hear the dogs barking? I think they're barking at me. Okay, we're going.